tingled with mischief and danger.
Okay, I got it correct now. I got my crashes mixed up. There's the Atari video game crash, and that's when Nintendo made the entertainment system, and they really didn't want the NES to be associated with consoles, which is why. Can I jump on the ghost? Oh, I can. Cool. And that is why they called it the Nintendo Entertainment System. They wanted it kind of to be more considered a computer. That's why in Japan it was called the Famicom, the whatever, family computer, because they didn't want it to be seen as the same type of hardware that failed as miserably as Atari kind of screwed themselves. So anyway, where I'm going for this is that because of that, it wasn't really like everywhere, even though they sold a ton of NESs. I mean, for a while it was the most sold console ever until like PlayStation 2 beat it, I think. Oh. But the people who played it, like, you know, it wasn't really the type of people who played games today, which, you know, are filthy casuals, right? But it was a different kind of people, so holy crap, I just cannot jump today. The games just kind of ended up being a little bit different as a result of that. Oh my goodness, I cannot jump off that thing no matter how hard I'm trying. And I don't really know where I'm going with this. I'm sure I had a point, but I completely forgot it because I screwed up a lot of stuff there. There we go. Jeez. Well, I guess you're not supposed to do that. Alright, ghost. Oh! Yeah, anyway, what point did I have? I am really sure that I had one, but I don't know what it could be. Okay. I'm trying. I don't know. It's just. Oh, I was complaining about. Okay, I was complaining about games being too easy. Whoa, that sucked. So anyway, the games were hard back then because they weren't made really for people who were too easy. But they still kind of did that because American games were just easier than like Japanese games even back then. Some people. Oh, that's a troll ghost. It's like the early version of Luigi's Mansion. So like Dark Souls, that was a Japanese exclusive for Sony for a pretty long time. You can only buy it in Japan on the PlayStation 3, and that's partly because I don't think they expected it to be as popular as it was. Like, that's one thing, and the second thing, it just was considered too difficult for Western audiences, and that's not new. I mean, you look at Super Mario 2. The Super Mario 2 we have was, it's basically the game, I think it was called Doki Doki Panic. It's basically just that game. But in Japan, they released Super Mario Bros. 2 as its own, and in America, they re-released it as The Lost Levels. And if you've ever played The Lost Levels before, which you can buy, I think, on the 3DS eShop, you can get it on the Wii, there's emulators for it. If you've ever played The Lost Levels, you know that that game is extremely difficult. It's like, it's as difficult as dealing with that stupid Master Troll there. It's not an easy game, and it is beatable, but it is a hard game, and even Mario 1 isn't nearly as hard as that one was. So I think it's one of those rare instances where the sequel is significantly more difficult than the original.
Suddenly,
But then
Mickey found himself catapulted into the clouds.
I wonder what I missed down at the bottom. But then you get a game like Super Mario Bros. 3, and that game is also not easy. It's pretty easy if you have played it before a lot, and if you have, if you know like where all the whistles are and everything, then yeah, okay, it's pretty easy. But I mean, if you play through the whole game without using any whistles and rely really only on your power-ups, then it's not that easy. It's a pretty difficult game. It has some really stupid parts in it. I mean, the P-Wings that you get for beating each castle, which most people really never get to use many of those because they, you know, always use the whistles. The P-Wings are like, whoa, that sucked.
After a short
They brought me back here?
Mickey was back in the haunted forest, no worse for wear.
Okay, I gotta see what's at the end of that. Anyway, so most people never get to see the P-Wings, and what was I saying? Alright, so the P-Wings are extremely useful in the end of Mario 3 because it lets you basically bypass a ton of really hard worlds or levels in the 8th world, but there's still so many levels in the 8th world that you can't really... Oh my goodness! Jump, Mickey, please! For the love of all that is Donald, jump! Oh, okay. But yeah, so I guess I'll stop talking about Mario now. I said, like, in the first video, oh, I'm gonna have to, you know, break up my Mario Galaxy uploads, and then I talk about Mario for half of these videos. So anyway, my goodness, okay, it's like, really? Like, I'm surprised this doesn't kill me. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time, but this is getting ridiculous, because it's like I'm just not jumping. Which was also a problem in older games. I think in newer games, they give you so much leeway on where you can jump, but the clouds, like, you think you can go further to... Again? Alright, one more time, that didn't count. You think you can go further to the edge than you can, and then you try to compensate for it, and you just end up falling off anyway. So I mentioned Rayman before too. That is like an example of a perfect platformer, I think. Perfect side-scrolling platformer, I should say, with really good jumping. So far, this game is not an example of the really good jumping part, because this shouldn't be hard at all. This is like level 2. I'm like 20 minutes in, and I'm failing on level 2. Okay. Oh my goodness, well, I didn't jump, but thank goodness I was there. Oh, can I make it? Yep, okay. This is good, 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 good. Let's see if I can grab that one without falling off. Seems it's almost better just to go up in the air like that. So, okay, either there's something this way or there's nothing. Okay, there's something this way. I was like, that can't be the end. There we go.
After a short flight, Mickey was back in the haunted forest, but this time with a playing card.
Yep, that sounds different for sure. Man, this reminds me really a lot of Luigi's Mansion. I mean, these ghosts look just like them. Hey, it's Miserable.
Miserable
How you doing?
taunted Mickey with her cruel laugh, but perhaps she was secretly worried about how close he was getting.
Ouch. How long is this game? Okay, they said I had to get 7 things, so it's probably going to be relatively lengthy. I imagine it'll be longer than, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours, maybe. You know, I always hate this. At least this doesn't hurt me. It's always terrible, like Zelda. Zelda Ocarina of Time. There's the fire dungeon. I think it's the fire one. It's after you get the medals. And there's those stupid firewalls that come up, or it might even be vines. I don't remember. Oh, it is vines. It's those like straight up and down vines. They pop up. And that hurts you. Like, that's annoying. Seriously, how do I get over there? Looks like we're near the end of the level. Oh, you master trolls. Do I have to go around? Yep. Nope, not that way. Okay, I really want to grab these ones over here, but oh, there we go. So I'm recording this as one video, but I'm going to split it up into 2 because I didn't realize I'd been rambling on for so long. Oh, there we are. Okay, that way? Nope. There we go. Got it.
With the frights and sprites of the forest behind him, Mickey faced the next part of his quest with renewed courage.
Alright, so that's going to be it for this video. If you want to find a playlist for this playthrough, you can find it down in the description, and I will continue on in